Christmas things, and part of Christmas is eating. So this morning, Dianne Charles, dietitian, is joining us on the Now to help us do that in moderation as we continue conversations of the goodness and deliciousness that is Christmas. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning to you, Anka. Good morning.
I'm glad you're here because previous conversations we're taking it more from a fitness and actual health and training perspective. I don't do that, but I do eat. So tell me, first and foremost, is it true? Should we, cut back on the amount of sorrel and panchagram?
Anka, Christmas is a time to be merry. It's a time when we want to eat. That's what it's about. It's about food, family, fun. We're celebrating. But I want to get across the message this morning that we have to be balanced. You're going to indulge, but do it mindfully.
All right.
Be thinking about what you're doing. You know you want to take that extra cheesecake. You know to yourself, I'm going to put on the extra weight on his stomach. But don't take the cheesecake now, and then you're going to take, you're going to have your dinner. Don't take the cheesecake mid-morning just because it's there. And then you're going to take it again mid-afternoon. And what about the ham? The ham is there, and every minute we're cutting off a piece and having it with the cricks. So what I'm looking at is the things that we do that we don't usually do other times of the year. So we have to be mindful at this time of the year with eating.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this year eating, this time of the year with eating, specifically in terms of the Christmas menu itself. Because like you say, there are things that we don't usually have throughout the year. I mean, one like me who had ham for her birthday is the exception, but ham is a pretty salty thing. It is a red meat. What are some of the complexities that we should be aware of, apart from how great it tastes, the things that from a dietary standpoint we need to focus on?
What's the main thing about ham? Processed. Now, yes, we have now moved from the pork. We have chicken and fish, but oh goodness, Christmas is pork. Okay? Now, again, it's coming down to moderation. You know you want your piece of ham. You're going to have it with your pastel. What does pastel have in it? Meat. I'm saying to you, especially that salty part, please, because you can't wash the salt out of ham. Okay?
Good, no.
Okay, you can't. So therefore, turkey, with the lamb, with the chicken. That's what we want to get. We want to get across. Okay, it's the high fat, high salt. That's what we need to watch. And more so for those persons out there with high blood pressure, do not take your chances because that little bit, you think it's a little bit of salt. You say, oh, I bought a less salt ham, but you're not having that alone. You're having other things, and you have to watch your blood pressure. Okay, so these are the things we need to look at.
Understood. Now, in terms of what a balanced Christmas plate could look like then, describe to me what I should be looking for there.
We would like to encourage more fruits, vegetables. We would like to see that plate having less of the meats. The average Christmas plate has about 4 meats on it, and take into consideration the meat in the pastel. Okay? So you have your pastel, you have your slice of ham, you have your pork. Please, let's cut that meat down. Now let's get to the starches. Do we have to have the pie, the peas, the rice, the vegetable rice, plus we have the pastel, plus we want to put a little bit of fried plantain? Do we have to have all that starch? To me, already. And then we take the little bit of veggies and stick it in at the side, and then put a little mayonnaise on it. Let's reverse it. Let's pull back some meat, and let's put some more vegetables, fruit salads as well. But it's really, I would love to see the plate with less starch and less meat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's probably lunch or dinner and thereabouts.
Yeah.
How about the breakfast? I like to do a nice little ham sandwich, a little chow.
Homemade bread.
Right. What are we looking at there?
Can we now, this year, what about throwing a little bit of flaxseed when you're making your bread? What about taking some of that pumpkin that I know you have a lot of there, because we buy a lot of pumpkin at Christmas, and put some. Let's have pumpkin bread with flaxseed. What's wrong with that? And then watch it, because you're going to stick your pastel in there. So be careful, because you're already starting with extra carbs in the morning. And that morning never starts at 7. That morning might. And one thing I would like to get across here is that, you see, we're too busy with hustling, making sure the windows are clean, and then we sit to eat. We have to be aware that timing is important as well. Because then you're going to eat more when you really sit down to eat.
Right, you're compensating for what you didn't get
so
to
we need to be careful with the timing, the meal timing as well, when we eat, and don't leave everything for the end of the day.
On in the day. Right. So we've taken care of the plates. Let's talk about that glass or that cup now. I love me a good sorrel. I'm ready to drink sorrel with everything.
Which one?
All.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
And so tell me about what sort of substitutes or alternatives we could do to our beverages during the Christmas season.
Okay, well, I'm going to start with alcohol, because alcohol, we have to be careful. We have to be careful because we do. When we go paranging from house to house, whether we into the music or not, but we're doing the visitations, it's a little here, a little there.
Right.
Alcohol produces sugar for those out there who are managing their blood sugars. You have to be careful. We also put alcohol. I remember using sorrel with alcohol in it. Okay? So let us please watch that, the drinking. Then we think, okay, the non-alcoholic. We have well, shandy is still a little alcohol, but we have the sugar-sweetened beverages. Right. We have our fruit punches. Now, if I make a fruit punch, do I have to put sugar? And watch the amount of fruits, the number of fruits that you're putting in there. You don't need to put 4 and 5 fruits in to make a fruit punch, okay? Because you're filling yourself up, then you would wait longer to eat. Right. Try to have as fresh as possible. Watch some of those beverages that you might buy where you can just add water because they have sodium in it. Again, I come back, even if I'm not a high blood pressure situation, I could, because alcohol adds, and then you're mixing everything together. You're buying instant this and instant that because I don't have time like Granny did. You know, we have to admit it. We don't have the time to do a lot of things as we used
so it's convenient but costing us in the long run.
Yes.
So we've checked out the beverages. We've probably covered the plates more or less, both lunch, breakfast. Let's talk a little bit about those desserts.
Oh my gosh.
My favorite part.
Yes.
Black cake.
What's your favorite?
Black cake is going to be the top of the list for the Christmas season, particularly because my mother would soak hers well in advance with a sizable amount of alcohol.
Yes.
And then, as you say, the fruits, you have to taste a little grape or two.
Why this year don't you take away the mixed peel and add some vegetables? Take your carrots and your I know, I'm seeing your face. In other words, we want to get more fruit. You will not taste the carrots and the body. You're going to cook it. We did it already. And you blend it in with the fruits. You see the red and green. But you're having a small amount because you're not having that black cake alone on your plate. I'm
going to challenge you here. Mostly because I'm not on this morning with you. But if you could make a tasty black cake for me with vegetables, I'll try it.
Okay.
So we have
when it's made, I'm going to deliberately bring a piece here for you.
You have no choice at this point.
Yes.
Because I cannot fathom a black cake made with vegetables. Although I could hear what you're saying in terms of culinary, there are ways
and there are ways that you could mix and match. Now, the thing is, don't put the black cake, the sweet bread, the sponge cake, the red velvet all on one plate. Why are you doing that?
Every time she says everything, it's not so good.
No, it's not. It's not that you cannot. It's just that we're just doing too much of it. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I've been told that before.
And it's just for one day, no 2 days. No, we're going straight in because it's a Friday, then we have the weekend, and then we have all years.
Into the new year, that's right. That's how I get ready for my costume.
What about the little fudge and all the little things that you want to leave on the table?
You have real nice things.
No, because it's Christmas. I love to have all my little things there when they come and they offer. But I just want us to be aware. Are you going to eat all those little things before? Because you're going from house to house. By the time you come back, you're already finished half of those things. Okay.
What I'm hearing, though, is that you do have those things in your house.
Yes.
So it's not altogether that we're not going to partake of it. We're just going to change
the way we do it. The way we do
I get it.
Less fat, less salt. I like the slogan one of our companies have with a piece of pork. But we don't eat a piece of pork.
That's right.
We eat a chunk of pork. A chunk of pork. And pork is stew pork, but pork is the ham. Pork is what you put in. So I just want us to just be aware, be mindful. That's all I'm saying. And we still could be healthy. Yes, it's going to be the same line, healthy and merry.
Okay. I will take you up on that challenge to be healthy and merry. And And you will bring me a slice of
Yes,
that
yes.
not so fruit cake.
Yes,
But
yes.
we're talking moderation. We are talking about ways to be merry and healthy while eating this Christmas season. Thanks to Dietitian Dianne Charles. Any other tips you want to give to us, though, in terms of the menu? We've checked that out. We know that generally we need to keep moving, and perhaps with all the cleaning, we'll get some steps in.
Yes.
Anything
yes.
else we should look at with our diet for the Christmas
want us
season?
to be aware of, again, as I said, less fat, less salt, less sugar, but we also picking up when January comes, because we're going heading straight into carnival season after that. The constipation problems, the digestive discomforts, because face it, we're eating more high fat, we're eating more high sugar. What is it like? Are you stooling properly? And these things are important. You don't want to have stomach problems after Christmas.
Right.
Okay? But please, your portion plate, that is what is important. Don't tell yourself, I know I'm going by Auntie Jane tonight and I know what her table going to be like, so I'm starving for the whole day. Please. And remember, who exercises from the 23rd till the 31st? Natasha, okay?
She put up her hand, but she's be chugging protein in the morning.
No, but exercise, the only exercise probably is this way.
Exactly.
Or wrapping up.
Eating.
No, but we need to be just mindful and balanced, please. That's what I would like us to look at.
And on that note, things we could use, things I will try to employ. And as much as Natasha says she is working out, I'm definitely not. So we will look at those portions. Okay. We will probably change the diet and reduce some of the ingredients.
Yeah, and add more fruit and veggies.
And we will get Dan to come back with the vegetable fruitcake and see how it goes. Guys, we are talking things Christmas here on the Now Morning Show. Hopefully things that you could use. And if not, come back for even more after these messages.